everyone. I see that Scorpion is there. How you doing, Scorpion? Good to see you. And to everyone else who will be showing up eventually, greetings. Well, I think many of you on the server, on the UFO Bob Discord server, link will be in the description box below. Hey, Nosh, good to see you. Many of those who are on the Discord server already know the many of the details of this adventure that I went through recently, about 2 weeks ago. I was on a, hey, Megan, you made it, and a comment too, mowing the lawn. Outstanding, multitasking. Hey, Scorpion, good to see you too. Anyway, as I was saying, I went on an adventure about a couple of weeks ago, and that was to travel to Phoenix, Arizona, Lake Havasu, and then back home via Needles. And in Needles, I had planned to visit a friend, a very old friend, and I did indeed see him. But as I traveled on my way home, this is literally, I was only like 275 miles roughly, 300 miles thereabouts from home. I was about 30 minutes outside the city of Needles when my car decided to have an engine failure. And needless to say, this was not exactly the way I had planned things to go. And I'm currently working on the video that will cover this adventure. Hey, Darren, you made it too. Great. And I wanted to share a little bit with you of what I've got. Now I don't have very much, and I don't want to give away too much of the story anyway. I mean, as soon as I knew I was out there and I was going to be stuck for a while, I immediately started recording everything. And the longer things went, the more material there was to shoot. And I have a ton of stuff. And it's going to take quite a while for me to sort through it and turn it into a cohesive and hopefully an entertaining adventure for you. But let me start by showing you just one segment. This is not even part of the edited video yet, but I wanted to give you a little taste of something that wouldn't give away too much, okay? So I'm going to turn the screen around, and I'm going to turn the camera this way, and let's see if I can't give you a little more viewing room here. I'm going to turn off the lights, at least this one, so that it should give you a little better image quality. Let me see, is that not too bad, I guess. I'm going to bring that up a little closer. Now, this company is called I believe a tow truck, TOE trucking. And this is Ed, the driver. He was really a wonderful person to meet. He not only was courteous and friendly, and he provided me waters and snack, which I sorely needed at that time, because I spent about almost 6 hours out there. And I had consumed all of my small bottles of water. I still had 2 large bottles, but I didn't want to crack them open unless it was absolutely necessary. And he showed up just in time. So I'll go ahead and show you a little piece here. And as I said, none of this is edited yet. I just would shoot and shoot and shoot. And I'll tell you, this is really a very dangerous job. You don't really have a sense of the speed of the vehicles whizzing past you unless you're actually standing out on the shoulder of the road, and you can feel, especially when the big rigs go by, the wind actually kind of sucks you forward and backward as it passes by you. Hang on, I'm gonna bring the camera back here to me. Okay, and turn the light back on. There you go. Yeah. Gosh, there is so much to tell you, and I have to be careful because I don't want to spill the beans, so to speak. I want to whet your appetite for what's going to come. Let me first talk about the original purpose of the trip and where that stands. As I said, I went to Phoenix to do a story about a pie shop in the middle of the Sonora Desert called the Rock Springs Cafe. And they're famous for the pies. Let's see if I remember correctly. I want to say they were on Highway 70, but that doesn't sound right. I'd have to go back and double check that. The point is that this is the highway that goes between Phoenix and Flagstaff, and they're closer to Phoenix and Flagstaff. They're about an hour from Phoenix. And one of my clients and friend, who's also a professional film editor, in fact, he just started working on the new CSI Vegas, editing that show. He was the one that alerted me to this opportunity. And while I was there, one of the things I did for him, he has a 1990, I believe it is, Porsche 928. I think it's an S4. And I did photography of this vehicle, and I did some video shooting, and that will be incorporated somewhere in one or more of the videos I'm going to be editing. So like I said, I have 3 videos. But the pie was stellar, and I think you're going to really enjoy this. And I can't even begin to describe to you the beauty of the desert, the scenery that I saw. I mean, it was varied, especially when you get out in the Sonora Desert, where you have, it's more hills, and it's your classic cactus, with the arms like that, and then you have these vast valleys, especially up near Barstow and coming down from Needles. It's overwhelming. It's very primeval and like something out of a dinosaur movie. And my problem is, like, how do I cut these down so they don't become like a 30-minute documentary, and yet keep the flavor and the feel and the excitement that I felt when I was shooting? So that's one of the things I'm doing. Now, getting back to the car. The car right now is in the shop. When I first came back, in fact, I'm gonna try to keep this less on me, more on the car. Let's go ahead and if you can't hear me clearly, let me know. See what kind of shots we can get for you here. Let me pick up something different. Just see if I'm going to do some random shots here. Oh, I know. One of I tell you, the CHP are really, really on the ball out there. This is the second CHP officer that stopped by to check up on me after I'd been there. By that time, I think I'd been there about 4 hours, and about 2 hours previous to that, another officer had stopped by, and this is Officer Pollock, I believe is how you pronounce his name, and he was open enough to be on camera and chit chat with me. Unfortunately, the audio is not that great out there because of the wind and the vehicles. Let's see what we can hear. Oh, I don't want to give that one away. Let's see. Okay, everyone, I'm still stuck here. Twice. Yeah, as you can see, you can't really hear it clearly. This is Officer Pollock, and I've been here
Now, almost 3.5 hours waiting for AAA.
Yeah, so 3.5 hours waiting for
In the
AAA.
meantime, I want to commend.
And as you can see, it's a little choppy. I need to optimize the video for playback. It hasn't been done yet. And it was like 102 degrees out there. Of course, it's dry heat. And as you can see, I'm not a very happy camper at this point. Wind blown. There you go. Oh, what do you mean sign in? I've already signed in. Go away. So anyway, that gives you, again, another little taste of what's going on. So as I said, the car is in the shop now. You can do audio filtering to clean it up, right? I think so. I have several options on this system. So don't worry, I will do all kinds of things. You know, this you're seeing all this raw. I mean, I've only started to really edit. This is not even. This is more of I mean, it's editing, but this is this is even before a rough cut. What I'm going through is I'm picking out the best shots. Go away. Thank you very much. Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me. What is this? I can't believe why is this doing? I don't. Hang on, guys. Give me a second here. I may have to quit the program. Okay, cancel that. All right. It's still doing that, huh? All right. Hey, Nosh. Oh, well, thank you so much. Oh, I missed the message, Nosh. You know, I bet you. Wait a minute. I think I can do this to maybe tell me what that message was. Nosh, in answer to your question, overall, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not going to deny that I've had moments where I felt a little blue because of what's going on, but I'm going to make it through this, and I just have to take it sometimes one day at a time, sometimes 1 hour at a time. When I came back, I first of all, there's so much to tell you, and I'm trying to keep it all in a logical order. So let me tell you this. When the tow truck driver first showed up, Katayama. Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much. You are so generous. All right. So let me again try and give you the thank you, Megan. In fact, you know, this is time to say something that I wanted to say anyway. To all of my regular viewers, thank you so much, especially those of you on the Discord server. Being able to chat with you when I was, you know, stuck in a hotel for 2 days, and then when I got back and keeping you all informed, that's really helped me, you know, keep going. And I'm so thankful for your support. And it's shocking to me that this happened because I should have done a better job of planning. In fact, I had actually thought about renting a vehicle, but at the last minute, I changed my mind. I decided to drive the car. Now, granted, I'm getting a third video out of it, but at what cost, right? So, getting back to the whole chronology of what happened. So, when this all first came down, I knew it was going to cost me big time to repair the vehicle. And all I really want to do at that point when the driver showed was just get me back home. I don't want to be stuck in Needles for an indeterminate amount of time. Because I knew if I go back and I had them do the repairs there, I could be there for a week or maybe more. I was in touch at this time with my friend back in Phoenix, who happens to be, like I said, he's a car person. In fact, he helped me buy that car. And he was telling me, well, it could be a couple of different things. Maybe it's a timing chain. In a worst case scenario, the engine's completely failed and they can possibly, you know, swap it out with a used or a rebuilt engine. There was a lot of question marks. All I wanted to do was get home, and I, at that time, was willing to spend the money just to have them throw on the back of that tow truck and drive it home. I'm glad I didn't. It was $10 a mile to do that. I was looking at over $2,600 if I had done that. That would have been a bad decision. The driver talked me out of it. He says, look, go back to Needles. I know a shop that's going to be open, because I had called around and all the shops were going to be closed for the weekend. This was a Friday. And he says, you know, I think you're better served by getting a hotel for a night or two, talk to our guy, see what he says is wrong with it, and then make your decision. And as it turned out, I did that. And the place he set me up was good because it was a walking distance of a McDonald's. Oh boy, I'm becoming a McDonald's addict again. I don't want to do that. But the point was walking distance from the hotel, which was a Rodeway, I think it was a Rodeway Inn. And it was only like 2 minutes from my friend who I had visited. And so, as it turned out, the mechanic there at the Shell station said there was shavings, metal shavings in oil, which is a very bad sign. And so I was going to have them, you know, swap out the engine. But the more I thought about it, the more I didn't like that idea, because I didn't want to be stuck there. And I had all my camera gear. You have no idea how much camera gear I took with me. I took more equipment than I needed. Another lesson learned. So at one point, I was going to take the train home. The train was going to cost me $48 one way. And I figured, well, okay, I can leave the car there. They can repair the car, and then I'll take the train back and then drive it home. But I didn't want to leave basically more than 50% of my gear at my friend's house. It just, you know, things can go wrong. You know, this is no, I'm not casting any aspersions on my friends. He didn't have the room. It's hot out there. And, you know, and I needed that gear for other things here. So after talking to a couple of other friends who are, all, again, car people, one of them suggested, why don't you tow the car home yourself? Rent a U-Haul truck, get a tow dolly, and drive it home. Bingo. So I get on the phone and make a couple of calls, and I found a tow truck facility. The closest one was 30 minutes away in Bullhead City, Arizona. Remind you, I'm on the California side of the Colorado River, and so I make the appointment. The same driver that had brought me into town was the driver that came, picked up the car from the Shell station that Sunday morning. We drove to Bullhead City, and guess what happened when I get there? The tow dolly that was supposed to take my car back had been returned severely damaged. I thought I was, again, SOL. But the U-Haul people were gracious. Instead, they said, tell you what, for the same price, we're going to give you the trailer. You can put the truck on the trailer and you can tow it back. That's actually a better method than a tow dolly. It's safer, it's easier to drive. And again, you know, it was really quite amazing to see Ed get that vehicle onto the trailer, because they let it back down so it backed onto the trailer so it could then roll forward off, and you know, when I got home. But because the engine didn't work, they couldn't drive it all the way back so they could, you know, secure it properly. Ed got on there and he nudged that with the edge of the truck, and just ever so gently, boom, it popped into place. It was amazing to see. So I get home. You know, I made it back home in about 5.5 hours. It was a great drive, beautiful. The weather was nice, even though it was hot. It was clear. The sky was bright and blue, and there was these wispy clouds in the sky. I loved it. I get back, and on Monday, I call my mechanic. my usual guy. And I tell him what happened, and he says, yeah, just junk it. You should get another car. It'll cost $10,000 to $15,000 to put in another engine. And I'm thinking, what? I mean, I had two separate people make the same suggestion, and both of them were quoting prices around 4,000 or less to get that done, to buy the engine and have it put in, if that's even necessary. He didn't even look at it. So, needless to say, that's when I was, a little bit down. So, my roommate allowed me to use his vehicle to go to work. I didn't work most of the week last week. I worked on Friday. I took my roommate's car in, and in the meantime, I had learned from one of the employees at the place where I work, where I freelance. He used a garage that's right next to CPP, Classic Performance Product. It's called El Maestro Automotive. And he had work done there, and he was very happy with them. Turns out the company that I do photography for uses these people all the time. So that was a good recommendation. I know that owner of the company I work for, and you can't slip anything past him. He's sharp. So I felt good about it. So I had a tow truck come by on Friday morning at about 8 o'clock. We loaded it up onto the tow truck and drove it over to El Maestro, and that's where it's at right now. I am waiting to find out what's wrong and how much it'll cost to repair. In the meantime, I am still looking for a vehicle just in case I have to buy one. Again, the same fellow that helped me buy my car, his name's Jason. He is already out there scouring the various websites for used vehicles. In fact, yesterday I got a text from him for a Lexus, 2008 Lexus with 115K on it for about 8,500. That's a great deal. And unfortunately, when I went to check on it again this morning, it had already been sold. The market, that was a hot car. Low mileage, low price, interior, exterior in great shape. But I know if I have to buy another one, another vehicle will show up. I just have to be patient. And that's really about it. Let's see if I've missed anything. As usual, you know me, I always keep a little set of notes. No, hey, look at that. I covered everything without having to use the notes themselves. I did it all from the noodle. So that's it. Any questions before I wrap up? I've been trying to look directly at the camera because I like that personal eye contact with all of you out there. Katayama, thank you, sir. Then anybody else? Megan, Scorpion, Nosh, no questions, anyone? Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to wrap it up. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Well, I'm just glad you're all right. Thank you, Scorpion. Thank you, Megan. Darren, thank you too. I read all the messages you guys have been posting. Nosh, it truly is. I edited a little bit on the pie video. And yeah, like I said, I'm not going to deny that, there are moments when I get a little, I don't want to say melancholy. That sounds a little too strong. Just, darn it. Had I only, the what ifs, maybe I should have done this or maybe I should have done that, but I didn't. And what's done is done. And the thing is, I'm back home. I am safe. I have food in my belly. I have a roof over my head. I got my viewers like you supporting me, giving me encouragement to keep going. And truly, in the big scheme of things, this is nothing. This is peanuts. This is minuscule. There are people who are suffering far greater. You know, all you have to do is turn on the news and look on what's going on in Ukraine, you know, to start with. You can come closer to home. You can look at all the people that are homeless. You know, the freeways now in the major cities of California that I know of are littered with homeless towns. That can't be an easy life. So who am I to sit back and whine simply because my engine failed on me? I will get through this, and we'll come out stronger and better because of it. So, okay, I'll get off the soapbox. Thank you again for tuning in, everyone. As soon as I have one of the 3 videos ready, you'll know about it first on the server. And until then, this is UFO Bob wanting to turn the computer back on and show you a little bit of video. So that's what I'm going to do. All right? Just because I can. Let's see. I'm going to have to sign in. Give me a second here. See if I can solve this little problem. Weird thing is it asked me to sign in earlier today, and I did. So I don't know why it did that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring up good old DaVinci Resolve 17. Hey, by the way, if you are, if you are a content creator and you want to escape the clutches of Adobe and their, what do they call it? Subscription-based model, go to DaVinci Resolve. It's a free software. It's better, stronger, more robust than Premiere. And there's plenty of good tutorials that'll teach you how. So hang on, it's loading up. All right, so what shall we go out on? I know. I'll show you a little bit. I'll show you a little bit of the pie video, I think. So now I've got to come over here. I need to go to Project Manager, and then go over to Rock Springs Cafe. Load that up for you. Yes, yeah. Now, this is not the actual pie portion. I'm just going to show you a little bit, and I actually will give you quite a bit. Because, again, this is a rough cut, and it's going to change substantially by the time it gets to a theater near you. Hang on. So, all right, let's see here. And audio is not critical here, because mostly it'll be voiceover, though there you will hear me speak at some point. So this happens to be on my way. I'm about to reach Palm Springs, the Palm Desert area. This is about 2 hours outside of where I live. This is, as you can see, the windmill farms. For miles and miles in all directions are these windmills. This is a very gusty, windy canyon. And so that's why it's here. In fact, there was a big dust storm as I was driving through here. Now here, I don't even know where I was. I just had to pull off and take a break. And it just was so fascinating. I just started shooting video. And of course, you don't have to worry about cell phone reception because I got plenty. So that's where I was headed. I had come from Indio. I was headed towards Blythe. That's on the border of California and Arizona.
I've driven for more than 3 hours, more than 200 miles. I'm hungry, so I decided to stop. A sign on the road said McDonald's. Not my go-to place unless I have to, but I pulled off at the Levkin exit. And when I pulled off, to my surprise, I saw this, the Rebel Barbecue sign. And I stopped in, ordered a pulled pork sandwich, and now I'm going to chow down, have some iced tea, and get back on the road. I'm only 1 mile from the California-Arizona border. Soon I'll cross over the Colorado River and be headed towards Phoenix.
So this was a pretty interesting spot to be. I had Google mapped it, and I knew where I was going to go because I knew I wanted to get down at the down at the river level, at where you could swim. There are all kinds of people where I was at, camping out and just taking it easy, fishing, swimming, boating. It's a very, very popular destination, evidently. And again, this is a very rough edit. It's going to be shorter than this. And of course, I'll have my voiceover. There'll be music and all the good stuff. But I feel you guys deserve something a little extra, and I wanted to show this to you. And it really was quite exciting place to be. I wanted to go in the water, but I did a live stream from here. Many of you know that already. And then I had to get back on the road so I could be in Phoenix before dark. And let's see what else we got here. There's one more shot here. I think that's going to be fun to watch. Let me see. Oh yes, the gas prices.
$2 less per gallon to buy your gas here.
$4.70 a gallon versus $6.79, $6.68. Just separated by a few miles. What a difference gas prices were. This is
4 hours ago.
Heading out to Phoenix. And this is the shot I wanted you to see. This is Arizona desert. It is stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. And Katayama, I know you left a post there. Enter Tesla. Yeah. Katayama, I know you had left a message, and anyone who left any messages, you have to realize, because the camera is facing the screen, I didn't see it. So, but I will check it out in the replay. Or if you want to leave that message as a private message, or in the Discord server, by all means, please do. So, anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to sign off, guys. Thank you again for showing up, and we'll catch y'all next time around. Bye-bye.